It's going, I think it's live. I think so. Oh, look at my hair flying away. Little strings. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Let me know if you are here, or maybe I'm just talking to myself. Just let me know if you're here and that you can hear and see me okay. Hey, Bernadette. See, I didn't chase you out of a store today. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Nancy. How are you guys doing? Cynthia, hey. I feel like we just spoke. Well, messaged. So how's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. I know it's been, I guess it has been rough. I mean, Mercury's in retrograde. I don't know about you guys, but wait, hang on before I say your name. Hey, Judy. Toddy, right? Toddy. Hey, Lori. I had to think about it this time. Look, Mercury's been messing with me. He's been kicking my ass. I don't know about you guys, how you've been holding up the past couple of weeks. Mercury is in retrograde until June 3rd. So we still have like, I don't know, another week or whatever. I have like no clue. Yeah, I've been having a hard time sleeping, and then I'm tired all day. So I feel like I'm going to take a nap, and then I end up taking these like little power naps, like a cat. I know I've been saying I've been channeling the cat. Hey, Courtney. Yeah, so there's been a lot of stuff going on. So tonight is the new moon in Gemini, and Gemini is air. And air represents the mind, and it's ruled by Mercury. So this week is a very important week. It is like the most powerful week for the rest of the year. Oh, Lori, last week. Yeah, I don't know. It's been like going on and off with the retrograde. But this is the most powerful week of the year. We're at the halfway point of 2022. So it's been like, we're halfway there. Whatever kind of year this was supposed to be, it's been, I guess, whether it's the purification, the truth being revealed. I mean, it's doing all that stuff. It's just a lot. So tonight is the new moon. Tonight we set intentions. And my patrons, I posted a ritual. I did a ritual with you. With the Jericho flower, I shared the whole ritual, went step by step. I uploaded it 2 hours ago, and I think it's still uploading, and I didn't even have a chance to edit it yet. So you're probably going to see the fucked up version before I get to edit it. But either way, I just want to encourage you guys to do some kind of, whether it's a ritual, a ceremony, setting intentions, because what we do now is planting the seeds for the next 5 years. So today we plant the seeds. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I don't know what word to use for that. And I don't want to say it's going to suck. It's not even like that. We're kind of being pushed into taking action and doing things that are more aligned with our heart. So whatever is preventing us or standing in our way, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be like in your face. Okay, so I'm just reading the comments. Yeah, like there is lack of motivation. And the good news is this week, it's going to give us the kick in the ass that we need. So from now until Thursday, I would say, based on where you are in your life, the fears, doubts, insecurities, blocks, beliefs, they're gonna come up, and they're gonna be like in your face, front and center. So you can choose to go like, get the fuck out of my way. Because come Friday, I'm pretty sure it's okay, no, come Friday, we end up getting in that fucking attitude like, I got this. We embrace this fire energy, in a sense, to take action, to remotivate us, or actually in some cases, motivate us in general, to move forward and not really give a shit about the fear that's been keeping us from taking those actions, because we have from now until Thursday to address them. Friday, we're going to come into our power. Saturday, Saturn goes retrograde. And Saturn governs, what's the word? Like people in charge, authority. So Saturday, we can feel this momentum of our power gaining, and we can feel this fucking attitude. And come Saturday, we're going to be like, you know what? There's no stopping me. I'm going to do what I want, and I'm going to do it the way I need to do it. And whatever happens, happens. So it's probably a combination of frustration, lack of patience. Like everything is going to come up, and it's going to just push us to take the action that we need. Hey, Anita. How are you, my friend? I haven't seen you or spoken to you in a while. So this is a powerful week, guys. It's really, really important. It's important to set intentions. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a ritual. It doesn't have to be a ceremony. It could make a list of goals, or I'm going to show you like a manifestation box, something that you can do that will represent all your intentions right now. So now I'm going through my list of channeling scribbles. So what this week is going to teach us is, do I want this, or was I conditioned to want this? And I realize I really don't want this. So I don't want it. This is the kind of attitude. I don't know how to label that. It's a combination of fuck it and I don't give a shit. Like, you know what? This is bullshit. Because a lot of bullshit is going to show up too. A lot of things that, let's say, for example, and they make me feel it within myself, the energy. So it made me feel like I'm afraid to do this, because if I don't do it right, then I won't have the chance to make a second first impression, and maybe I should wait. And then all this frustration, because nothing is working out, is going to push into the attitude of, this is really what I want. It doesn't matter. It's okay. I fucked up before and I'm still alive, and a lot of good came from it. So what am I worried about? And then when we cross that threshold, we're going to realize, like, what was I afraid of? Like, it was so stupid. And most of the time we're afraid of things, it turns out to be very insignificant compared to the drama we create in our mind. Okay, so wait. Toddy. You know, I was on a roll that day. I didn't even have to think. Hey, Rachel. So, remember the last circle I said, it seems like how we feel inside our world is not matching. Like, I feel good, or I feel like I'm manifesting. I feel like big things are happening. But look at this shit show in my life. It's not even close to what I feel. This is the week shit changes. June is going to be amazing. June's going to be amazing. Because up until this point, the universe, especially Mercury, I got a bone to pick with Mercury, because this was some fucked up shit that he's been like, Okay, I understand his purpose and all this other shit, but it was a little harsh. It's a bit much. But that is to bring to our attention what we're afraid of, what we believe, what we feel in our heart, what we've been conditioned to to do, act, be, and we're kind of really deciding what we want, not what your parents want, the government wants, the Dalai Lama want, like none of that. It's just what feels right to me. And it's not going to make sense. It's not. It's going to be a combination of all these things that you're passionate about, that you enjoy, that makes you happy. And maybe, you think they don't link together, but somehow they do. So June is going to reveal to us how all these things are really linked together. But this first week is really to embrace our power. And everything we've been focusing on, everything we've been purging and cleansing and clearing and all this shit we've been doing for the past 2 years or 3 years, like whatever it is, I don't even know. I think it's 3 years. We've cleared it out. And while we cleared things out, we got clarity, even though we might not realize it, but we did get clarity about what we want. For instance, you were in a shitty relationship, right? I'm just using an example. You were in a shitty relationship and you realize, you know what? I don't want this shit. I thought I wanted the person to be this way and do these things, but you know what? It doesn't even fucking matter. I don't want that. And knowing what you don't want reveals what you do. So this week we are taking the things we do want, what does resonate with us. That's what this week is about. So it's a powerful week. So on Sunday, it's think for yourself, not what others expect of you. So Sunday is kind of the final clearing of whatever has been standing in our way up to this point. And if we didn't identify it yet, it's safe to assume it's because it's so innate to us. We think it's normal because we're so used to feeling this or restricting ourselves. Because freedom, if you think about it, like when you are free to whatever, we are free beings. And when we have that choice to be free and choose whatever we want, we don't know what the fuck we want. Like, I don't know, but I know I don't want that. And I don't want that. So everyone be a little compassionate with yourself that this is new. This is new to humanity, what we're doing. And no one knows what the fuck they're doing. I don't care what anybody says. No one knows what they're doing. So have compassion with yourself, knowing just you being here and watching this, you resonate with the whole healing, ascending. That's why we all come together like in these videos. So that means you've been doing work. That means you are. Even the ones who are oblivious to what the hell is going on are still ascending. They just are unaware. And we have the tools and the mindfulness and awareness to speed up the process. That's really what the difference is. But everyone's going through it. It's just we understand where it's taking us. We kind of have a good idea what it's teaching us and how we can move past it. And I do believe, I always say this, it makes the healing process so much easier. Like these readings. It's not fortune telling. It's something that's going to bring an awareness to you, something that's going to trigger a download, a different way of thinking or seeing. And that's exactly what you need to do. We complicate shit. We complicate shit. So, okay. So this is what Gabriel was telling me yesterday. That because we had some questions. Me and Marion had some questions about, why is this shit going on? Like with the shooting, with the politics, this sneaky ass bastards doing shit behind our back while they're distracting this. Like, are you guys going to do anything? Like I had a beat to pick. Yeah, I did have a bone to pick with Gabriel. I'm like, are you guys going to do anything? Because like, we don't know what we're doing here. We're trying, but no clue. So he said that we are in the purification period, which is halfway through ascension. And the purification period is kind of like what we're going through personally. You got to know what you want through being shown and experienced what you don't want, if that makes sense. So all of this is showing us what we don't want, so we can create what we do want as a collective. And in the meantime, there is a lot of purging going on. And those of you who have lost loved ones or friends, and you're just hearing like, oh my God, everybody is dying. It is part of their contract, their journey. They specifically came here for a specific amount of time. And I mean, if you think about it, like, if we really knew what we were getting into, let's think about this for a minute. Not that I'm saying anything negative about it, but it's rough. It's rough. So the fact that we're here and we're doing this together says a lot about our soul, says a lot about our spirit. And apparently our souls really believe in us. And this is the period where we have to align with that spirit so we can continue to move forward. And no one's going to know what the hell is going on. We're all doing the best that we can with what we know, which is why it is a time for communicating with each other, not fighting, not arguing, not separating, not labeling. I see the world through my eyes. You see the world through your eyes. Obviously, we do not see the same world the same way. So maybe I can share with you a different point of view so you can see something differently, not my way, but your unique way, and vice versa. This is what we need to start doing, instead of like, oh my God, you believe this and you're for that. And like, nobody gets anywhere. Nobody gets anywhere. Because in the end, you're not going to change my mind and I'm not going to change yours. But if we learn to communicate and honor each other's uniqueness, maybe you can show me a different way to see my world in my way. And you can see your world in your way through whatever we share. That's where we're supposed to be. Very simple. This shit ain't easy. But this is what this purification period is about. It's going to piss us off enough. It's going to cause us so much pain that we have no choice but to start communicating with one another. Because in the end, it doesn't matter what political party you are, what race you are, what gender you are. If you both shared the pain of like losing a child, that is stronger than all your differences. And that's what you grow upon. So it doesn't have to be bad or painful or negative, but for the love of God, we need to start talking to one another. I mean, I'm sure your world is amazing. I know you listen to me babbling, but I'd like to think that in some way, something I say helps you see your world a little bit clearer. It doesn't have to be my world, because believe me, there's only one of my worlds. We don't want too many of them. So, and the biggest message that I got this week was greatness comes from original thought, not by following the masses. And this is an important, statement that Gabriel gave me, because I am so caught up in it doesn't make sense. And how am I going to do this? Like, it doesn't make sense. How am I going to combine these things? So this is what he told me. Greatness comes from original thought, not by following the masses. So if you are guided to do something unique and different, do it. We're not here to create the same shit by a different person. I mean, after a while, that's going to be boring, right? So we're here to create something through our view of the world, our view of our gifts, skills, and talents. I mean, if you think about it on that grand scale, that is, come on, what you want to be in a world like that, where we can all like have this unique, crazy ass shit, and it, like an artist, right? An artist creates, some people get it, some people don't. But in the end, that's their view of whatever they created, whatever their idea was or their emotions were. So I hope this babble made sense. This is Mercury messing with me, just so you know. So I always forget to say this, but I'm doing a test on YouTube because there's a lot of censoring going on. So this is going to be my little test. I'm doing a lot of experiments for the past 2 weeks, even germinating my seeds. I look like a mad scientist in this closet here. So, hey, Tasha, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like it, that's okay. Hit the thumbs down. And be sure to subscribe. So when I get a spur of the moment, I don't know, something, because this is what I have to start trusting. So this is my own issue. You will be notified. And if you comment, that also helps. I don't know. Supposedly it helps something with the algorithms, but I don't think commenting on the live video is the same as commenting on the replay. I don't know. There's too much shit. I mean, social media keeps changing stuff, and I got enough shit on my plate than to worry about like what social media is doing. Like, they just do things to distract you. Oh no, we got new things. Oh no, you need to do this. Like, bro, I just want to record a video. Does it have to take 2 hours to upload a 10-minute video? No, it shouldn't. And yet, here we are. So also, if you are interested in joining my Patreon, the link is in the description of this video. Also, if you'd like to book a session, the link is in the description. So these are things you always hear the YouTubers say, and I never say it because I assume, oh, everybody knows. They don't need me to say it. But apparently, I guess I need to say it because not everybody does know the algorithm. I mean, I don't even know the algorithm. So, okay. So I'm just going through the notes. Saturday when Saturn goes retrograde, it's also about self-discipline. Do I really want this, or was I told I need all of this? So this week is going to be interesting. So I got a new deck. My daughter bought me a new deck. It's called I think it's the Rebel deck. It is so me. Wait till you see these cards. Wait till you see the messages. It's like I created this deck. So if you are new here after that whole spiel, welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the circles. If you're returning, I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for your donations, your messages, any way you can support me, whether it's through Patreon or any other way, sending me gifts, whatever it is. I so appreciate you guys. You have no idea. So now I'm going to show you 3 decks. 3 cards. Thanks, Mercury. I'm going to show you 3 cards. Each card represents a deck. The deck you're drawn to is the message you need to hear right now. All decks will resonate with one another, but you may have that moment where you're listening to another deck and there's this one thing that is said and you're like, oh shit. So I would suggest you watch all the decks. I will timestamp them probably like tomorrow because it takes forever for this to let me touch anything on it. But I will do it. I am going to smudge us because I've been smudging. I just did the ritual and I smudged, but here is some patchouli. And I'm sending you all clearing energy filled with love and light. Because We need it. So let's get, so the two cards that came up for the theme of the reading is destiny and grace, which is interesting because this is exactly the energy we're in. Grace. So we're kind of moving through everything. I don't want to say smoothly, but smoother than we've been. And it's towards our destiny. So Spirit never lets me down. This is deck number 1. This card says intimacy. If you are drawn to this card, you are deck number 1. And I think this is the Sacred Geometry deck. I don't know. If you're interested in the decks, let me know, and I'll go search for the books. Deck number 2 is Duality, which is interesting because this is Gemini air energy. Gemini represents air, duality. Gemini represents duality. Deck number 3 is Attraction. Thank you, Firefly, to you as well. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards again. Let me know what deck you choose so I know I don't have to repeat them. This is deck number 1. This is deck number 2. And this is deck number 3. Okay, because, you know, Mercury, I don't know. Tasha, you're too funny. Okay, so this is 3. This is 2. Oh, so a lot of you picking 2 decks. You know, that's the minds playing games with us. So, deck number 1, intimacy. Come on, just focus. I'm going to read you what it says. The energy of intimacy supports us trusting that we are safe to allow closeness. Very interesting. Oh, why are these cards all up? I can already feel, I didn't even see the card yet. I already feel this has to do with relationships. Okay. We're going to start with the chakra decks. You have the root chakra, the third eye chakra, and the throat chakra. So let's start with the root chakra. For some of you, I feel like maybe either you're moving or you're thinking of moving. There's some kind of change happening in your household or your home, or but I feel like there's confusion. I feel like maybe you're not sure how to do it or what to focus on. Like you don't have a clear plan, but it's a thought. Dylan edited me. Oh, wow. I just read. Chelsea, did I say it right? I can't even say it wrong. Chelsea? I think I said it right. I don't know. We'll call you Shell, just in case. So that's interesting. If you pick deck number 1, yeah, you did pick deck number 1. So there is some kind of confusion that's, oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so that's exactly what it feels like. And maybe you can relate to Shelly's comment that she just doesn't know where she feels at home. She doesn't know where she feels safe. And that's exactly what this is. You see, this little guy is like in a hammock. He's trying to feel safe. You know, he's even got the lights. He's got like those patio lights. Like he's got some life. But then you have this. And even though it's inspiration, this is still the mind. However, I just saw the video went blurry. I don't even know why. I feel like you are, you're getting inspired and your intuition is kind of guiding you what to do or the direction to look in. It's just that maybe it doesn't make sense to you right now, or maybe it doesn't fit the way you think it should go. So this is what I feel like this new moon energy is going to like bring to your attention. What you think is standing in your way is not what's standing in your way. I feel like it's something so simple. And I don't know how to fix this thing. It's something so simple. And yet you're overthinking it. So this is kind of like, let's see if I do this. If it changes, no. So you're getting kind of caught up in your mind, which comes to your throat chakra, this self-expression. So this is how you show up in the world. There is a version of you that's ready to be seen as this new version. However, maybe you feel like you won't have the support you think you have right now if you do this, if you become this version. Either way, you're becoming this version because this is true to yourself. Reading reach. So that's interesting because everybody's feeling that way. Everybody's feeling, yeah, Rach, you always get throat chakra. Everybody is, I guess, feeling that nobody feels at home. And I don't know if it's because of the, oh, there we go, the confusion and chaos that's going around, or is it the universe telling us, guys, be on your toes. We're going to need you to show up in another area. We're just not sure where it is yet because, you know, there's free will and everything has to fall into place. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're light workers and healers, and maybe that's why you're feeling out of place even more, because you might have to embrace the, oh, what's the word? I guess vagabond, you know, that like always moving and not being, yes, exactly. Restless and ungrounded. But I'm going to give you some tips, Shelly, to ground yourself. Those of you probably heard me do this a million times. Oh shit, I don't have a spoon. Get a spoon. The round part of the spoon, this is your foot. So this is your toes, this is your heel. Rub the round part of the spoon down your foot like 3 times and stomp it. And that's going to ground your energy immediately to the earth. And that's a good way to release stuff, especially if you're too much here. Ground your feet. And when you stomp, take a deep breath and pull that energy from your head down out through your feet. And Mother Earth will just suck that shit out because she doesn't want you to hold on to it. Yes, Cynthia, it could be that you don't feel your workplace is not inviting, supporting, because the root chakra has to do with not just home, it has to do with feeling supported, feeling safe. You know, it is shelter, but what shelter? It doesn't necessarily mean it's home. If you're spending 12 hours a day at work and 5 hours at home, what would be a shelter? Probably work. So it's wherever you need to feel like you belong. Oh my God, Judy, I've been seeing red robins. That's what I saw, was the red robin. I knew it wasn't a cardinal. I was like, oh my God, I'd never seen this bird before. That's what it was. It was a red robin. So interesting because I have a bird feeder and they're eating my cherries, by the way, on my cherry tree. I don't appreciate it because I didn't have a cherry yet. They've been eating it. Oh, Rachel, that's interesting. And this doesn't have to do with like, a lot of people have been contacting me about clearing the house, cleansing the home. I just feel because a lot of shit needs to hit the fan globally, I think, not that it's bad or good, I just feel like when it comes to where we are placed for the greater good might change, and we might have to be fluid when it comes to that, if that makes sense. Like, we're not ready to plop our ass down for the next like 30 years. It's just not. There's going to be some movement for, I feel like, 2 to 3 years. There's going to be movement. I feel like by 2025 is when we find our like forever home. Oh, that's the throat chakra. I didn't see blue on him, but I saw him all red, but I didn't even recognize that. But thank you, Judy. Did I miss? Okay, I just want to make sure I'm reading everyone's comments. So that's kind of like what's going on. Now, with the throat chakra, it's not like you have issues in these chakras. You don't. Please remember that right now, it's not about digging and looking for shit to heal. Right now, it's about being mindful what shows up and address it immediately, or when it shows up. Because the past, from like 2019, probably even before then, but let's say 2019, we've been learning how to be mindful. We've been learning the tools we need to move past and become even more mindful and more aware. We have that. We have everything we need. Now it's a matter of, we want you to take the, well, I mean the universe. The universe tells you, we want you to take this action, and you might turn around and say, yeah, but I don't have everything I need right now. And the universe like, yes, you do. Oh, wait, this is the universe. Yes, you do. You just got to move forward. But I'm afraid. That's kind of like what's going on. That's what I feel like for deck number 1 so far. So, okay, so this is interesting. Transmission. And this card says spreading of conditions, influence, and impact. And that's why I feel like deck number 1 has a specific, I think we all have a specific purpose. But deck number 1 has a greater purpose that they're afraid to put that version out, because they are a healer, a light worker, maybe you're a master meditator, like whatever it is that you love to do, whatever brings you that inner peace. Forget about the chaos that's going around and how you're feeling right now. You're kind of feeling off. Everyone is. But for the most part, whatever you do to stay grounded and centered normally, minus current energies, that is who you are in the world. That is what you are offering the world. And there is a unique way you do this, or you will do it. So I feel like there's a big purpose for deck number 1. Yes, Lori, I definitely think that it'll be a while till we get to the forever home. So the next one is immortal. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. Okay, so I guess we're going to get to it now. So you have the monster within, hunter, and immortal. And these 3 cards, I feel like it's the people around you, whether it's family, close friends, significant others. There are people in your life that are creating this doubt. Or maybe it's some kind of belief system that you believe that they won't understand. It's something how they are going to receive this new version. And in some cases, because the monster within is about internal struggle, personal challenges, wanting to improve. So the ones that you feel like aren't going to accept you or be open to this new version may surprise you, because they are going through their own stuff and they're going to have their own epiphany. They might not do it the same time you decide, I want to do this. Let's say I want to be a Reiki master and I want to do Reiki to heal. And these people that maybe in your life be like, oh, that's not real. Is that you need a real job? Some bullshit like that. And right away you stop. You're like, oh my God, like maybe they're right. Inside you're thinking this. Consciously you're like, you don't understand. But there is some kind of fear that's stopping you. And what's going to happen if you just move forward. It doesn't matter if they get it, they don't get it, because if not at the same time, in a short amount of time, as you're moving forward here, they're having their own epiphany and they will see on the level where you are now. They just need a little time to catch up. So basically, don't be afraid for family member or whoever it is to see eye to eye with you right now. Just do it, because you're like this inspiration for them to get it in the fucking attitude. You're this inspiration, like, I'm doing it anyway. You people are nuts. I'm going to do it anyway. Kind of. So don't worry about it, because I feel like the people around you, not all of them, but a good majority of them, especially the ones you're worried about, are evolving. And then there's, hang on, hold the line. See, I feel like there is, because you have the devil card, right? And the devil card is, in this case, it feels like you're releasing this negativity. You're aware on some level of this negativity that's been holding you back. That's been, you see, he's in the cage over there. He's in the cage. Well, I don't know if you can see it clear. But the cage door is open. Like, the bitch could get out of the cage if he wanted to. He's just like, oh no, but the cage is open. The door is open. This is where you are. You're releasing it. You're releasing this negativity, these toxic relationships, these energy vampires. Like, you're aware of it. And there's a lot of clearing out that has yet to happen in your obviously it's personal life, in your life. But for the ones that you really care about, have faith in them. They are shifting. And there's nothing you need to do. So, because you got the Two of Swords. So I feel like you think maybe you have to choose this or them. And that's not what your options are. Your options are continue moving forward on your path and accepting where they are on their path, and just continue to move on. There's not a choice you need to make. It will correct itself, because there is free will. Someone could, choose, like, they have an epiphany. They could choose, like, you know what? No, I want to be told what to do. And I like the way things were, 10 years ago. I don't want to change. That's their choice. You just keep moving forward. I'm just reading Rachel's message. Oh, see? Yeah. She throw a punch with love and light. You know what? You're allowed to want to throw punch someone, to clock someone in the head with a 2x4. I'm not saying do it, but don't beat yourself up that it's not spiritual to think this way. Fuck that. We are still human. Okay? We are learning how to be all love and light. Fuck, we're not there yet. Until we get there, don't beat yourself up because you're having negative thoughts. You want to stab someone. Don't stab them. But it's all right to think about it. Like, it makes you human. Why are you going to suppress what you feel and who you are because of this image that I must be of love and light? That doesn't mean you're a shitty person. It just means you're a pissed off person that is learning how to align with this fifth dimensional love frequency that everyone speaks of. So don't be afraid or feel bad because you feel this way. That's normal. That's normal. Look at what we are shifting and releasing and aligning with. For the love of God, in one lifetime we're doing this. That's a lot of shit. We are healing shit that happened 10,000 years ago. That's a lot for one person to do in one lifetime. So don't worry, you're all doing the best you can, and you all should be proud of where you are right now. Period. So, which brings me to your firm foundation. So even though you don't feel home or supported or safe, your foundation is very, very stable. So basically, and I know you know this consciously, I know you're aware of this, that you are all the support you need. However, once again, we're human. It would be nice for someone to say, hey, good job. Or, yeah, you're feeling down. Go for it. Don't give a shit. I think you can do it. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. But the foundation that you've created, you already have the people that support you in your life. And you know what? Maybe they're not all love and light and that shit. You know, maybe they're not even close. But when push comes to shove, when you really need the support, they're there. So don't you worry about it. Now for, I almost want to say some of you, but I feel this so strongly. Deck number 1 is taking a trip soon, a short trip. Maybe for the weekend, overnight, a couple of days. If you haven't met somebody recently, I feel like you may meet somebody on this trip. And it's definitely, you have rest. This is what usually makes me feel a trip. In this case, I feel like this is a trip. Love begins. Well, no matter how you look at this card, it means a new relationship is forming. And then you got the third eye, which is spiritual. So this is a very significant, divine counterpart. Gotta watch how I say these words. There is definitely a spiritual connection with this person. However, here's the catch. They may not appear that way to you because maybe you feel like the two of you have nothing in common. Like we couldn't be more different kind of attitude, but that's not true. That's just on the surface. So give it time. I also feel like for some of you, you're avoiding relationships. I got you. I'm with you right there. But for some of you, you're avoiding relationships and you're kind of going into hiding or waiting on. Maybe there's someone that you feel that you should be with and you're waiting on them. Oh, Firefly, I would love to go to Sedona. Right now, it's probably too hot. Oh, I don't know how hot it is there now. It's hot here in Florida. I've been feeling wanted to go to Sedona. My daughter and I were talking about it. I think it was around Christmas. I feel like I need a pilgrimage. I need to go somewhere too. So I don't know if any of you are feeling that you need to take like a spiritual, not necessarily retreat, but a trip with your own spiritual agenda. So that could be the trip. That could be the trip. So the ones that are avoiding it, you know, you can't avoid what's inevitable. So good luck with that. But this person still. Oh, so you're right there, Firefly. Oh, God. Oh, I would be there. I would definitely go there. If you're feeling that nudge to go there, and if you're not in a relationship, you don't know who might be like lingering around there. You're going to be surprised. Now I feel like we are moving because love and business always, love, money, business always feels like the same energy. So now we're moving into the business aspect. So I feel like whether it's business or work, this has to do with your career, finances, business, like that whole combo. If you work and you're waiting on either a job, Mount Shasta, that stood out to me because that's another place I want to go to. If you're waiting on a job, a position, I feel like there's some kind of opportunity that's coming to you. Something unexpected. And I feel like it's choices because you got to choose wisely. So whether it's business, you own a business, or you have a career and you work for someone right now, either way, there's an opportunity. There's opportunities coming through to you. And I feel like you'll know which one to choose because one will feel right inside, but logically will be like, oh my God, this is great. Like the too good to be true. Probably because it is, because that's probably like selling your soul. Like, for instance, more money or something that on the outside is enticing. That's another thing we're going through is a lot of, what's the word? I can't. God, I'm dead. Completely brain dead. Like temptation. That's the word. Temptation. We're going to be tempted. So there's an opportunity that would align with what you think you want, and it's the outside world. And then there's an opportunity that's going to align with the inside, and maybe the outside world doesn't have all these things just yet. So I feel like that's the choice that deck number 1 is coming into. So, of course, choose your heart, guys. Just reading the messages. Oh, yes, I heard about that. Mount Shasta is the new Earth Light City. Yeah, and those are 2 places I definitely want to go to. I would like to go now, but I don't think it's going to happen. But if you're separated from your divine counterpart, how do you know that they wouldn't be there? Like that would blow you away. That would could you imagine you have no idea and you go on this trip and all of a sudden you see them there doing some kind of spiritual trip? Like, oh my God, I would be like, what the fuck? I could imagine. I wouldn't take my eyes off the mountain either. Yeah, there's a couple of places that are that have activated the 5D crystalline grid. Obviously, I'm nowhere near them, but I would like to visit them. Maybe just not ready. But if you have that opportunity and you're feeling guided or inspired to go there, go. Because whatever comes of that is something that's much needed. Let's put it that way. I also feel like deck number 1 may have gone through some kind of, when I say breakdowns, I don't mean institutionalized, hospitalized breakdown. I'm talking about emotional breakdown. And if you've had a strong one, you're coming out of the dark. So I feel like the deck number 1, they're in the dark night of the soul. Like they went through a very dark period, and you can literally feel it clearing out. But it's not that you don't want to be hopeful. It's just that you can't see the shifts clear enough to just embrace them. Because you have after the storm, see, he's flying with the Merkaba. So something has been activated. Something has been released. Something definitely shifted. And this is relax the hold of darkness and beat at cause. So you see how she has all, this is a she, I think. It doesn't matter, male, female. The lights all around town. So this around the darkness is where you sat for, I feel like for some time you were in this dark night, and it kind of lingered for a bit. And it doesn't have to be intense. I mean, if you've gone through spiritual awakenings and you're aware of the dark night of the soul, you know what I'm talking about. And they don't always have to be intense, but it was an intense shift. And if you have no idea what the dark night of the soul is, it's probably where you are right now. It's being in this hopeless, what's the point? Reevaluating everything in your life. Where's the meaning? Where's the purpose? Kind of search. And it varies how long it can last, but I feel like you're coming out of it. See, you have the owl with the Merkaba. So you found that light, you've activated that, and now you're kind of ready to go spread your wings, which goes back to the beginning with the throat chakra. Don't be afraid to where to go. I know it's here. Express yourself. Put yourself out there, especially because you have a significant. Oh, see, I was just going to say, because I feel like you're a healer, and here is the healing card. Cleanse, hydrate, dissolve, purity. So healing. I also feel like for some, maybe you're thinking about fasting or doing some kind of fast, or maybe I got the feeling like some might be thinking about ayahuasca or some kind of plant medicine ceremony. Yeah, maybe you're thinking about it. Don't force it. I feel like don't force it. You'll know when it's right. It will come to you. Then you have meditation and uniqueness. So you're definitely in this like finding ways to nurture yourself. And that's what that's when you're coming out of the dark night. That's what happens. You begin to like, you don't even think about it. Start nurturing yourself, and you start taking care of yourself, and you start focusing on yourself, and you kind of avoid the outside world. You just disconnect from it. And that's what's needed, especially right now. And maybe that's why some of you might be taking a trip, like some kind of spiritual trip or something like that, because you need this time to, it's not even rebuild, like regenerate. Like you're ready for the next level. I feel like deck number 1 is leveling up. So now my new deck. So let's see what deck number 1 needs to either focus on or know of at this moment. Okay. Card number 1. Drop the fucking ego. Vulnerability is hot as fuck. So that goes back to your throat chakra. Take a shot. Don't take 12, take 1. Okay, maybe 2, move on. So it's telling you to move forward. Whatever you were thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the fucking time. That's what it says. That's not me. Told you I could have made these cards. Fucking apologize. Seriously, just do it. So that's going to resonate with maybe not all of you, but somebody. Fuck fear. It will lie to your face. So that is, I almost want to say it's your angel messages, but it's probably my spirit guide's messages to you, because that's how my spirit guide rolls, you know? My spirit guide likes to talk like that because that's the only way I can comprehend. Yeah, shadow work is very crucial with being a light work. And it's not, and if you don't know if you're a light worker or not, it doesn't matter if you know or not. you're going to experience it anyway. So it doesn't matter what title. Okay, that's another thing. Rach, you just triggered an old, because this was like 2 weeks ago, right after the full moon, I got this message about this new moon. What we started or was trying to focus on October, November of 2021 is giving us a second chance to start now. Crazy shit. So if you can think back to 2021, October, November, where you were in your life, what were you trying to start? What were you focusing on? And of course, some shit like failed or didn't, go through the way you expected, or it halted. It's giving you a second chance now. So I don't know why Rachel's comment triggered that. I guess the 2019 pushed back. It was the pushback, because I remember hearing Gabriel, it's going to push you back to 2021. Shelly, you know what? You're not, see, here's what I think we, Rach, definitely my language. I could make that's me. That's me. I could do readings with just that deck. Shelly, maybe it's the way you're looking at apologizing. Apologizing doesn't mean you were right, I was wrong. Apologizing is like forgiveness. This was your point of view. You didn't want to see my point of view. That's okay. You didn't change my mind. I'm not saying you're right, but to set myself free, I need to let this go. I apologize. Think of it that way. Because I think if we think of apologizing as you were right, I was wrong, like whoever apologizes was wrong to the person, apologizing to the person who is right, like that. There's 3 sides to every story. Side A, side B, and the truth. So who's right and who's wrong? Nobody. You both are right and you both are wrong. But apologizing is like forgiveness. It's setting you free. So deck number 1, I hope that resonated with you. And now we are moving to deck number 2, which I think is very cool that it's the duality card. Number 2, duality. Oh, so maybe number 2 is significant to you. Like maybe you've been seeing like 2s a lot. Interesting. Oh, deck number 2. Having throat chakra shit going on. Now, if you pick deck number 1 and 2, definitely clearing out the throat chakra here. Scream. There's certain breathing, like pranayama breathing exercises you can do. Thank you, Rach, that you can do that will helping. There's a word. Help you expand and open your throat chakra or clear out energy. Because I feel like deck number 2 is having a bit of a hard time letting shit go. So you have the heart chakra, forgiveness. So you're having a hard time letting shit go. I don't remember what deck Shelly picked. It was just interesting because you came to my attention. Oh. I knew somebody did 1 and 2. Okay. Well, there you go. As long as I know Rachel, we have worked on her throat chakra. How long we know each other? Like we started like what, 3 years ago? Oh, 3-4 years ago. And till this day, I think Rachel still works on her throat chakra, which is funny because I have throat chakra issues. Tauruses are ruled by the throat. So I can relate. But, okay, so maybe now's not the time to focus on your communication skills because Mercury's still in retrograde. Then we have the post-shadow shit. Mercury has to do with communication. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe now's not the time to perfect your communication skills. Oh, yeah, there's 2019. Oh, shit, that's right. That was 4 years ago. Wow. I feel like we were just in the parking lot looking at the flying dragon. And yes, we did see a dragon. Okay. And you can say whatever you want about the dragon. That was a fucking dragon. So back to the throat chakra, forgiveness, letting go. For some of you, maybe you have a gift to sing, even if it's light language, because I feel like for some of you, you might have this gift of light language or an interest in light language, but maybe you feel like you don't know how to do it, or something with like your voice, some kind of singing. Hey, Shelly. This communication, I'm not done with that because I still feel like there's more stuff that goes along with this. Okay, so with the communication, this is the card that stood out to me, the Hanged Man. Oh, Firefly, you do light language. Oh, Anita, light language is, you know what, Firefly? Let Anita know what light language is. Because my description, I'll just fuck it all up. Honestly, I will. It is sounds, right? There's these different like words or sounds that somebody channels, and they don't make sense in like English or other languages like in the world that would make sense, like words like that. It sounds like it's made up, but it's the vibrations, and they trigger activation within your DNA, within your energy body, just listening to the sounds and the music. And some light language is, I love them. I love it. It's so like mesmerizing. And there's quite a few people that do light language, but it's like anything else. Like some will resonate with you, some won't. You got to pick your light language that you like to listen to. If you go on YouTube and listen to a few different ones first, Anita, to see what you connect with, because don't just go with the first one and say, oh my God, this is light language. No, I can't listen to it. Like, don't do that. There's many different frequencies and vibration, and they usually, okay. Yes, thanks, Shelly. Yes, that's what it is. Shelley said it's a vibrational expression that speaks directly to our soul and DNA. Yeah, see, I told you I would fuck it up. So that's what I feel like with deck number 2. And if you pick deck number 2, Anita, and you're asking about it, like, this is something. I'm just saying, I don't know what deck you picked, but this might be something. Maybe that's what you needed to hear. And it's like, wow, I got my reading. I need to listen to light language and see where it takes me. So with the communication, you have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man for me right now represents changing your perspective. So maybe, just a suggestion, be mindful of when you're communicating with someone, even if you're thinking of them and you're having that fake conversation in your head, try to see a different perspective. And if it's ego or trauma or something like that, that is keeping you seeing it this one way, because there's some kind of pattern there, especially with a specific person, where you kind of just hold back what you want to say. Yes, Rach, the sound has to resonate with you for sure. And I have a few that I listen to, and I couldn't even tell you their names offhand. It's on my playlist. So I feel like some of you are going to hear news soon. You're going to get like good news soon. And it's going to surprise you. And then you have the Star. So if you look at her, She has two, I was going to say milk jugs, but they're like water jugs. She has two. And she's sharing both of them. She's pouring it into this vast ocean. And they're rainbows. So I feel like this is you sharing your gifts, your skills, talents, putting it out there. And somehow it has to do with this forgiveness block. Like, what's blocking you from putting yourself completely out there? And I feel like it might be a specific person. Let go of that shit and just move forward. See, like this guy, you see, like he's showing the box of coins, like saying, like, look what I got. Do you agree? Like, he's showing maybe specific people if they approve of this. But if someone doesn't, then he'll close the box. And I feel like that's where you are. You're putting yourself out there in like small increments to see how people are responding. And the universe, this way you can take a jump back and be like, oh shit, no, I'm not doing it. And I feel like the universe is telling you to take the leap. Like, just put yourself out there. So what's interesting is you have transgression, which is flaws, contradictions, and mistake. And then you have knowledge, study, learning, education. So I feel like there is parts of you that think you need to learn more, know more before you do anything, because you don't know enough and you're going to definitely fuck it up. And that fear of making the mistake maybe is coming from this shit, but that's what's holding you back. If you can address that, if you can be okay with making a mistake, you're going to be on fire this month. There is so much shit. Resurrection, comeback, recovery. There is so much good that is waiting on the sidelines, waiting for you to say, all right, come on, let's go. I want this now. But that little doubt, fear, pain, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is the only thing that is keeping it from bum rushing you, if that makes sense. Because then you have rebellion, upstart, revolution. There's something. There is definitely some kind of guidance that is pushing you to do this, but you're so afraid that you don't know enough to do this. But you're thinking analytically, you're thinking logically. What you need to do this is spiritually, it's intuitive. You're never going to know it logically, analytically, because it's not logical. Does that make sense? So and it's easy for me to say this because this is your reading, but I understand. And sometimes with certain things that I'm hearing, I feel like these messages are coming to me, so I pass it on to you. It's easier for me to tell you what to do. Not that I'm telling you what to do. Okay, so look at the cards. Patience and planning, fertility, stand your ground, and solar plexus. Solar plexus is power, confidence, that fire in your belly. Yeah, Firefly, I can relate to that. And I think that's where a lot of us are. Because as I'm reading this, even though I can so relate to this, obviously it's not just for me. This is what we share. I'm sharing this with you. So I know what that feels like. I'm aware. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm aware it's something. And I feel like this is the week we are going to become aware of what this little gnat that's, pinching us, because I know they bite, but we'll say it's pinching us. Something very insignificant. Not that a gnat is insignificant, but I'm not going to defend. Yes, we all should coexist, but if you're going to bite me, I'm going to squash you. And no, I don't kill bugs. I feel bad. I like talking a lot of shit. But, okay, so this is the cause that is standing out to me. Hidden and direction. So, hidden is the wisdom, elementals, fairy, and uncover. And direction is true calling, life path. So, if you're looking for this sign or the validation that you're on the right path, this is it. This is it. Yeah, you are. The whole hot mess of you is. So don't worry about screwing it up, messing it up. Don't worry about it, because you're exactly where you're supposed to be. The hidden. So this one, there's 2 crows or ravens on here. To me, they kind of look the same, crows and ravens. I know they're not, but. And this one feels like, for some of you, like the fairy represents that fantasy, like the unicorns, the fairies, the dragons, which isn't really a fantasy. It's just not seen in third dimensional reality, even though you can see it, but a trained eye could probably see it. But for the most part, it's unseen in the 3rd dimension. Doesn't mean they don't exist. Okay, so I feel like that there are parts of you that are connecting to these elementals, fairies, unicorns, dragons. You're feeling like either inspired to work with them or learn about them or something like that. I also feel like part of your gift and purpose is connecting to that part of you. Like, I feel like maybe you're hiding it because people are like, oh, there's no such thing as fairies. Even though I saw a unicorn once, and I will argue anyone who tell me not. I know what I saw. It was in a fog. It was at night. I don't care if you think my eyes fucked with me. I know I saw a unicorn drinking out of that lake. No one can tell me different. And that's that same feeling. Don't worry who believes you, who can see it, who can feel it. This is your unique path, your unique gift. Embrace that, because there's some hidden gifts within it. And the little puzzle that you're waiting to figure out, that little piece to the puzzle, that completion, that piece to the big puzzle is hidden within this connection. So don't be afraid to embrace it. I mean, you don't have to tell anybody. It's none of their damn business. Do what makes you feel connected. Because in that, you are going to discover many things about you that you didn't know exist, just like the unicorns and fairies. Maybe we can't see them in the 3rd dimension. That does not mean they don't exist in 4th, 5th, 6th, 12th, whatever dimension. They do. So everything that exists in the 12th dimension, between the 4th and the 12th dimension, doesn't exist because we can't see it. No, they exist. We can't, all of us have experienced, whether it's a ghost, spirit, someone talking to us. You can't see them, but you can hear them, you can feel them. So what are you going to say? Oh no, you're seeing things, you're feeling things. No, it's real. Doesn't matter if people believe in ghosts, spirits or not. Same thing goes with this. So don't be afraid to connect to this, because I feel like not just the spirit, like an animal guide. I feel like it's also like your soul family in that realm, in that dimension, that is letting themselves known to you. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. So my whole rant and rave, it's the same thing. You see how Here's like, there's all of this world. And yeah, maybe it just exists in your mind. Oh yeah, I have fairy gardens. All of that exists. I worked with dragons for a while. I was doing a lot of rituals with dragons and stuff. They're there. They're there. And when you connect to them, you actually can get a glimpse of them in this third dimensional reality. Because Rachel and I have seen a lot of shit in this dimension that maybe no one else would have seen. And we both saw it. So I know. And the fact that we both saw it makes it even more like, wow, is that veil thin or what? So here's receiving and restore and replenish. So this is pretty much the same thing that I was talking about, like connecting. I don't know why. I just felt like you need to go in the woods. Maybe you want to go hiking, or you need to connect more with nature. Like I just feel like forest, maybe it's fairies or gnomes or something like that you need to acknowledge and allow that connection to happen. Don't be afraid of that connection. Yeah, I mean, there's really no explanation. And I have never seen a firefly in Florida, at least where I am in South Florida. I used to see them all the time, like upstate New York. I used to see them in Brooklyn. Down here, I don't know if any of you guys are in South Florida, but let me know if you see fireflies, because I have never seen one. And it's kind of sad because they're so magical. Like whatever it is that makes that, you can't tell me that's not magic. Cannot tell me a firefly is not magic. Their ass lights up. Only at night, like it's like a solar ass. So I don't want to hear it. Look at dragonflies. I have a picture of a dragonfly that I swear looks like a sprite. It looked like it had arms and legs and a little face. That was not your ordinary dragonfly. That was a sprite. That was some kind of forest spirit, whatever it was, because I was talking to it and it was sitting there listening to me. And I know it understood what I was saying because it looked like it did. Oh, see? Oh, no fireflies. Oh, Bernadette down here, you saw them? I don't know. But if they're killing the fireflies, they got to stop spraying that shit. Because the more shit they spray, the more weird-ass bugs we get, the more dangerous the bugs get. So they need to stop spraying shit and just let the ecosystem work its own magic. Okay, so let's see now what... Oh, wow, that sucks, Bernadette. That would make sense, Firefly. That I like that name. I really do. Because a lot of people like have this same spirit animal, like so to speak, like in their business name, but I've never seen Firefly. So I think that's very cool, very unique. Very cool. So now let's see what deck number 2 with the Emery special deck needs to hear. Okay, so it's funny because I think you got a card that the other deck got. That project, that person, that idea is waiting. Go after that shit. The world has your back. I don't know if you see this the opposite or the right way. I don't know. Make better fucking choices. If you are pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. Take a shot. Don't take 12, take 1, okay, maybe 2, and move on. Just take the chance. Fuck fear. It will lie to your fucking face. This one's interesting. You think someone is lying. They are. So it's kind of a little freaky because that card came out of like nowhere. So if that resonates with you, if you think someone's lying and you feel it in your gut, they are, do take the necessary steps. So now we're going, oh, that's weird because I didn't add, there might be the same cards in the deck. That's weird because I thought I read them in deck number 1, but the cards for deck number 1 are there. So it's just very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Now we're moving to deck number 3, attraction. I will, Shelly. What I'm going to do is after I do the reading for deck number 3, I will grab the box and I will tell you the name of this deck because it is an awesome deck. And be sure, I'm pretty sure my daughter ordered it directly from the company that created this, because there are a lot of decks that I bought from like Amazon or Walmart thinking it was the same shit, and it was like these little miniature decks. And they didn't say they were going to be miniature shits, but that's what they were. So if you want, what I could do is get the name of the link and post it in the comments. And if you want, come back to the video after it uploads and I'll pin it to the top of the comments so you can click on it. And if you want to get the deck or you want just the name, that's up to you. Just be mindful where you get them because some companies suck. So let's see. Okay, so you have third eye, crown, heart, and root. So grounding is going to be very significant for deck number 3. Like the grounding exercise with the spoon, whether it's meditation, like imagining your roots coming out of your feet, going into the earth, like think like a tree, you know, and releasing. Grounding is going to help you release. It's so funny because I said this in the beginning of the video, to release the excess energy in your head. I feel like deck number 3 has a lot of pressure here. And it's weird because I've been feeling for the past couple of weeks pressure here, like someone was sitting on my forehead, which not like anybody ever sat on my forehead, but that's what it felt like. And if you're experiencing that same pressure, one, we got massive solar storms coming through. We have a lot of solar energy coming through, upgrading DNA, downloading. We got all kinds of shit going on energetically that if we can see energy the way it's been moving, we would be dizzy. That's how much shit has been going on. So for one, you're expanding your intuition, your feeling. Deck number 3 feels like the empath, where you're picking up everyone's anxiety, you're picking up everyone's feeling, everyone's chaos, and it's like your head's like throbbing, like, which is the shitty side of it. The good side is you are full of inspiration. You are so aligned with what you're manifesting that I feel like you can leap into that timeline and live it and experience it as if it is this moment. Like you're so vivid in your thinking or dreaming or visualization, like whatever it is. I feel like it's deck number 3 is so clear about it that it's manifesting. I believe we're all manifesting what we want, but I think it's important to be very clear about what we want, because if we're vague, we're going to get vague shit. We're like, I don't want that shit, but we weren't clear. So I feel like deck number 3 is very clear about what they're visualizing, what they're, even when they dream, finger got stuck, what they're dreaming, like when they're dreaming, there's quantum leaping going on. There's timeline shifting. Now, I hope that makes sense, because that's what's going on. That's what it feels like, which is why grounding is going to be very important. So maybe there's like a lot of astral projecting going on. Maybe you feel like time is moving weird, or whether it's slow or quickly, or you feel like out of place. It could be because you're quantum leaping. You're moving through these timelines, and it's it's fucking you up, and you feel like, oh my God, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, it was just Monday and now it's Sunday. Like, was that last week, or is this tomorrow? Like, what day it is? So I feel like, okay, so that could be it. That could be like you leaping. I'm just trying to fix my my background music, which clearly failed me. It was supposed to be 2 hours. So I feel like grounding is going to help you a lot. Expanding your heart. So I feel like deck number 3 is feeling a lot of physical things that are going on. Like your heart is expanding, your heart is opening, but at the same time, maybe you're feeling like pressure on your chest, or like the way you're breathing, like maybe you feel like shortness of breath, maybe you have a cough or something going on with your chest, or you're just feeling very anxious because you're picking up everything. So that's what I feel like the deck number 3 chakra wise. Toddy. She dreams of being in space. That's like the void. When you dream of in space, or you're dreaming like you're in this blackness, this darkness of nothingness, that's the void. And that's where magic happens. That's where we manifest whatever we want. We can leap into whatever timeline we want. I mean, I like playing around with that. It's interesting. It's interesting, but if you do it too much, it can fuck you up. But it's still fun. So, prosperity begins. Movement, choices, decisions. Emotional withdrawal, and partnership and alliances. So, deck number 3. Let's start with the emotional withdrawal, which has to do with the heart chakra. So, perhaps you're feeling overly emotional, or not just emotional, you're just feeling everything, whether it's physically, mentally, because you're caught up in your mind too, emotionally. Like, this is why grounding is going to be important. I feel like for some of you, being by the water, or whether it's a bath or a shower, like cleansing in the water, is going to also help clear out. Because I feel like deck number 3 is just, but I don't know. They show me like Santa Claus's sack filled with energy, which I don't even know what kind of metaphor that is, but it feels like you're carrying like this weight of everyone else's shit on you. So grounding yourself, clearing yourself, being mindful of your own energy, and when you need to regenerate, renew, regroup, like be okay to detach from that, because one, this has to do with work. However you want to view it, whether it's you own a business or you work for someone, there are opportunities that are coming up from different outside sources. So there are choices that are going to be made, and possibly a move based on these choices. So maybe you have to move for this like new job, or the new job you're getting, you're going to be traveling a lot, so you want to live closer to the airport, like something like that. Or this business opportunity comes in, but you have to go give a speech somewhere. Like there's traveling and moving involved with this opportunity. And there's money. There is money. There is, and I feel like for some of you, this is like a business leap that you need to take, but you're scared to take it. I almost want to say you're shitting about it. And I understand that, but you're afraid to take it because maybe you have a lot to risk for this leap, but you're going to get so much more in return. It's a risk, right? So I feel like the universe is telling you to take this risk, whether it's business, whether it's work. Take this risk because it's going to surprise you how powerful you are and how much you really know and possess. Like there's more to you than you're aware of. And this is going to give you the opportunity to see those values. Thank you, Rach. Love you, my friend. Okay, so these nobility, the past of prison, her last day in the light, and ecstasy. Look. Yeah, see, there is. Okay, so with the heart chakra, this one feels like because it's refusal to let go. So there is something that you need to let go of so your heart can expand to its fullest. But I don't know. I can't feel the reason why. Maybe you're just not aware of it. Maybe you're not aware of what it is, but it's going to come to your attention. And as soon as it does, you have high standards, unexpected ending, surprise, changes, sudden shifts, and rapture and bliss, yielding rapture and bliss. So it may shake you up a little bit. Maybe it feels like it's throwing a wrench in your plan when you become aware of this, but I feel like it's like being blindfolded on a roller coaster. Like you feel it stop moving, you don't feel the drop yet. You think, oh, it's over. And then all of a sudden you go down and up. And at first it's scary, but then you're not afraid on this ride. Okay. You like enjoy it. You like it. You're like, oh, it's not bad. It's fun. It's revitalizing. That's what I feel like is going to happen. Maybe if you're afraid of roller coasters, that wasn't a good metaphor, but that came from spirit, not me. I don't know why I don't even know why I said roller coaster. So let's see. Okay, so this Palace of Wands and Empress is standing out to me. So if you look at that card, it's not going to focus. Of course not. It's like, let's call it it's a palace / castle. It's big. It's got butterflies all around it, a big fountain in it. It's all gold. It goes high up to the sky. It's like all your dreams coming true. That's what this card is representing to me. The Empress, she knows her power. She knows to a certain degree what outcome is to be expected of the choices she makes. And she always focuses on the harvest. She doesn't focus on, I should have made another choice. She always focuses on the harvest each choice brings her. And this, I feel like, is very important for you to remember. Focus on the harvest that each choice has brought you, and don't focus on the lack, scarcity, or fuck-ups that occurred during that. So just focus on what it brought you. And if you stay in that mindset, you will let go of that grudge or whatever's holding you back. Oh, really? That's so, I don't even know where the blindfold and roller coaster like I just get these visions and metaphors and I don't think about it. But then when I'm saying it, I'm like, where would that even, although it's not my mind thinking it, it's coming from source. So I'm going to blame them. But that's interesting that you got the chills with that. Maybe that's who is meant for it, Shelly. Maybe it was just meant whatever activates through that, or, download comes from that, that's what it's for. So you do have, no, you have a lot of coins. So this is money. This is you. I'm trying to feel how to word this because it's a feeling. I'm just going to go with the feeling. So there's parts of you that feels like there's never enough. You're not good enough. No matter how hard you work, it's just not enough. And then there's parts of you that feel guilty, like I should be happy with what I have, kind of like the harvest speech. And then there are parts of you that like, but I want more and I want this and I want that. But it's kind of confused with what's expected of you. So if all these things that you want, you need to take one by one, see what resonates with you and what was someone else's expectation. Get rid of someone else's expectation. And now you're only focusing on what you want, what you desire, what it feels right to you. And you're going to put all your energy into that and watch how things change. It's going to bring you everything you've been looking for. It's just that you're not feeling satisfied or complete because a lot of the shit that you're receiving isn't even yours. Like you don't even want it. And that's why there's no satisfaction. There's no, it's still empty. So here's what is already with you. More butterflies. There's a lot of butterflies in this deck. Visions of life beyond death. And here is a peacock with an owl and going beyond the normal. So this is like the inspiring ideas. This is, see the buttons? I feel like this is your mind. All these buttons represent a lot of things that aren't yours, but is caught up in your mind. And this gold light bulb is what is yours. So you need to like make this brighter and, you know, just don't feed the other ones. Don't feed the buttons. Because I feel like you're definitely on the right path. So I don't know if I said that. I just want everyone to know everyone's on the right path. No one's screwing anything up. No one missed anything. But you're coming to that crossroad where you have an opportunity to follow what you want or to continue trying to get what other people want of you. And you're never going to feel satisfied that way. Never. It'll never be enough. So you have adventure and renewal and echoes. So the echoes is ancient culture, roots, and customs. Renewal is renewed rhythm, healing, and rest. And adventure is laughter, spontaneous, nurture, and renewal. Okay, so notice you got two renewals. You got two cards with renewal. So however renewal means to you, follow that. However, I feel like you need to take time for yourself and focus within you and almost want to yell at you right now. Stop listening to what everyone else is saying, what everyone else is telling you. Just finito. Stop. What you're searching for is not out there. It's already in here. I mean, I know you know this, but it's hard not to become distracted when you have these people, you know, because they're feeding your doubts. They're feeding your insecurity and like, oh shit, oh my God, like withdraw. Take a step back, take time for yourself, renew your energy, disconnect from all those little buttons because it's so funny. All those buttons in your head and focus on that one golden bulb that is your intuition, that is your divine guidance, and follow that. And you're going to see it's going to take you in a smooth, easy direction, and you will feel fulfilled in all aspects of your life because it's what you want. So now let's see what the fuck you deck wants of you. Violent. That project, that person, that idea is waiting. Go after that shit. The world has you back. I'm telling you, the same cards are coming out. Take a shot. All 3 decks got take a shot. Don't take 12. Take 1. Okay, maybe 2, and move on. And make better fucking choices. If you are pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. And all of these resonate with each of the decks. I just think it's interesting that I shuffle them and the same cards come out for all 3 decks. So I think the universe is kind of yelling at us. Let's see. What is the final message to all of us from... Oh, they all fell out. Be fucking grateful. Shit could be so much worse. I guess that's true. Why couldn't we get like... Don't fucking force it. Allow that shit to come to you. Oops. I have yet to like read all these cards, and they're so slippery. So they kind of go flying all over. But okay, so now deck number 3. I hope that resonated with you. I want to go over a quick ritual that you can do tonight. You use whatever you have. Okay. You can write a list. You can write shit on paper and burn it if that's what you choose. Set intentions. And my patrons, every new and full moon, I create I think 7-page journal that resonates with the energy that we're in. The journal for tonight's new moon has specific questions. Thank you. Has specific questions that will help you identify what's standing in your way. Because remember, you got to be aware of what you don't want so you can be aware of what you do. So you can do your vision board. There's a gazillion things you could be doing. I try to share different ways and different things to, I don't know, to make it fun, because then it gets boring. It's like, oh, I'm going to do another vision board. So get a box. I got this at the dollar store and I painted it. This is cardboard. You can get a wooden box. You can make a box. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can get an envelope. And what you can do is decorate the box. This was for something else. That's why it says a toast. Now you're going to write what it is, like with the Jericho ritual I did earlier. We wrote a letter to the universe specifically of what we want, folded it up and put it under the bowl. Kind of do the same thing. Write a note to the like, dear universe, dear higher self, dear whoever you want to dear. Okay. You're going to write down specifically what you want, fold it up, and you can tape it or stick it here. Or maybe you can write it on a sticky note. So when you open the box, you can see it clear what you asked for. Inside the box, what you're going to do is take items that represent what it is that you want. Like if you want a house on the beach, take a piece, take some seashells or sand from the beach that you want to live by. Take, I don't know, whatever color of the house that you envision, something with that color in it. If it's money, put money in there, or a coin, or some kind of crystal that symbolizes prosperity, wealth, financial abundance. Use whatever it is that you have. You don't have to go and like buy shit. You can make shit, whatever it is that you want. You can get herbs that represent, that resonate with the energies of what you want, and throw all herbs in here, and by the full moon, make a tea. Use your creativity. I mean, right now, creativity, what did I posted? Desperation inspires creativity, some shit like that, which is true, because creativity is born from desperation. When we are desperate, we create. That's what's happening right now globally. We're getting desperate so we can create a new earth. Think of it That same creativity is what you're creating here. Not that I'm saying you have to be desperate, but maybe you are in some areas in your life. Then take items that resonate with those areas in your life and put them in your box. And I would say look at it once a day. I know there's like, oh, you got to look at it 3 times a day and repeat them. I don't remember doing that shit. But when you see the box, your subconscious will remember what you put in it. So every time you just see the box, you may feel inspired. Oh, let me see what it is I wrote. Oh, there it is. Yes, yes, close, done. I think it's 17 seconds it takes to focus on something to manifest. 17 seconds. That's not a lot of time. So you don't have to do it a gazillion times a day. You can do it once. Maybe you forget, and then all of a sudden you'll go back and you'll look at it. It doesn't matter. Just do it because your intention is what creates. And then that intention will bring you inspiration. You will start taking inspired action, and it's going to lead you to exactly what you want. And by the full moon, if you don't, you're not too happy with what you've manifested, keep what worked, get rid of the rest, identify what you want from what you didn't want. Yeah, I think I said that right. So thank you. I miss you guys. I do have intentions of doing a summer solstice ritual, ceremony in person. And I know if Courtney's still here, she's like, bitch, you didn't call me back. I know. I'm sorry. When I call you, I'll explain it. But Courtney and I were planning a summer solstice ritual. It's like 3 hours. It will be a meditation / hypnosis. We're going to have a ritual fire ceremony. So I think it's going to be fun and exciting. And I will let you guys know. I will post a video for those of you that follow me on YouTube. Same freaking video is going on Instagram, Facebook, to let you guys know. Obviously, it would be June 21st because that is the summer solstice. And yes, I'm a little behind, but I'm trying to get there. I'm trying. So I hope your readings resonate. I wish you an abundance of love, light, wealth, health, happiness. May this new moon bring you everything you desire. I will see you again soon. Have a great night. I love you guys, and thank you for joining me. Good night, guys.